All right, y'all, here's part 2. All right, so on the back, I'll fill in the gaps later. Where it says number 5, it says solve for x. So that's what you're doing for all 4 of those problems there. So we've got 75 equals 3 times negative 6n. I'm going to put an x there because I started writing it. I'm going to mess up and I don't want to do it again. Then I got 3/10 x minus 12 equals 4/5 x minus 5. You will see something like this on an assessment. You will see something like that on an assessment. Hence why I'm going over these. All right, so let's get it started. Real quickly here, what am I supposed to do with this 3? Distribute. Good. I'm going to give the 3 to everything inside that parentheses. I'm multiplying 3 by negative 6x and 3 times negative 5. So this gets rewritten as 75 equals 3 times who? I know, I need you to say the whole thing minus 3 times who? Well, I already put the minus sign here, but yes, that 5 is negative. So now let's do the math. 75 doesn't get changed yet. Negative 6x times 3 is, gotta say the whole term, negative 18x, and then 3 times 5, minus 15. Say this, 75 equals negative 18x minus 15. Okay? Y'all get confused with these negative signs wherever they're placed. I don't know why. If it's a leading negative without any numbers in front of it, it says negative. But this has a term in front of it, so this says minus. Hush, hush. Okay, the constant is over here by itself, so who am I going to move with it? The 15. Good, and once it gets moved, it's not going to be negative anymore. It's going to become what? So what do I do to both sides? Add 15.
It's 90 equals negative.
What do I write on the next line? Wait a minute, I called on her. Thank you.
Mr. Too Smart.
90 equals negative 18x. And what do you do to both sides? By whom? There's no more 15. Divide by negative 18. Okay? Always divide by the coefficient. Hush. Y'all get stuck at this spot right here, and then you're like, oh, well, we want to add 18x to both sides. No, we don't. 18x is by itself. My goal is to finally get x by itself, so I've got to get rid of this 18. Notice I also don't put an x at the bottom. That is wrong. Hush. 90 divided by negative 18. X equals. Okay, I have fractions here. What do I do when I have a fraction and I want to get rid of it? Somebody said convert it to a decimal. Sure, that works, but it's not going to work when you have a repeating decimal. So that's thirds. It's not going to work when you have a non-ending decimal. So that's sevenths. That's sixths. So how do I get rid of this? Common denominator. Multiply everything by the common denominator. And what do 5 and 10 have in common? No, that's what you need to multiply. 10. 20 will work too. My numbers will just be larger. But 10 is the least common multiple. That's what the common denominator is. So I'm multiplying everything by 10. Stop talking. Didn't I say stop talking? And then what's that word that we were saying? I need to Distribute the 10 and the 10 over here, the 10 and the 10 over here. Everything gets multiplied by 10. Everything. 3/10 times 10, don't say anything, minus 10 times 12 equals 10 times 4/5 x minus 10 times 5. Lots of math.
Like whenever you go back 2-3 years, you'd be looking at this and what happened.
It would be more than 2 or 3 years. I've been teaching this for 10 years.
No, I'm talking about for me.
Oh.
3 years ago, I would have had an anger issue.
Okay, we're not done. Okay, y'all are getting weary and you have work to do still. I can stop. But you do it on your own. The clock's on the wall. What happens to the 10s here? Okay, excuse you. Excuse you. Okay, this is 10 over 1 times 3 over 10. If I have a 10 on the top and a 10 on the bottom, they cancel out. I'm now left with 3 over 1 times x, which is just 3x. It's not just 3, it's 3x. Minus what's 10 times 12? 120. Now this is 10 over 1 times 4 over 5. What's 10 times 4? 40 over 5. That's 8. So it will be 8 what? X minus what's 10 times 5? 50. Good. Now it's easier for me to deal with. Could I have done that with the 20? Yes. Okay, it's a common denominator. I didn't say the least common denominator has to be it, but it helps when my numbers aren't so large. Because this would have been, what, 240? And this would have been 50 or 5 times 20, 100. Okay, all right, let's wrap it up and then clean up. So real quick, what do I do to both sides? Excuse you. Add 50. Okay, I'm adding 50. Now what? Sit down. Oh, you're watching me? Yes? Thank you for writing the next line. 3x minus 70 is good. Good. Last 2 steps. From both sides, minus 3x, minus 3x. These cancel out. What's left? Negative 70 equals 5x. Then the last step, divide by 5 on both sides. Good, y'all. And x is which kind? Don't lose that sign. Negative 14. All right, so numbers 3 and 4. Whoops, wrong copy. Where's my copy? Oh, here it is. Numbers 3 and 4, it says put the following numbers from greatest to least. Write down the original numbers. So this is one set, and this is another set. Set 2 and set 1. This is set 1 for number 4, and this is set 2 for number 4. So I'm going to write number 3 down, and then I'm going to write the number square root 170, 13.5, 64 fifths, and 13 7/8. Then I'm going to convert them to decimals. And then I'm going to put them in order from greatest to least. And then the second set is negative 6.879, negative 6.87 out of 0, negative 6 and 17/27, negative square root of 48, and negative 2.6 squared. Also convert those to decimals and then order them from greatest to least. When you're writing them in order from greatest to least, make sure you put them back in their original form. So I need to see all of these numbers in the list and all of these numbers in the list, not the decimals. Okay? Number 4, you're doing the same thing, but we're putting those from least to greatest. And that's going to be negative 2.54. And if I'm putting that in a calculator, I could do negative 2.545454. I'll have to manually repeat it myself. Negative square root of 6, negative 2 1/4, and 22 over negative 9. And then that's one set. And then the next set, we'll do 13 9/100. As a decimal, it's going to stay the same. 13 1/5. The square root of 169. And 13.1 repeats. And again, these are going to be in least to greatest for this set and this set, and I must write them in original form. That means once you turn these in order, or once you turn these into decimals, which one would be the smallest, the next greatest, and then the greatest itself. Hi. And then number 10, no, you can use the school's Wi-Fi. At the bottom of this page here, these numbers are not visible. So A, B, C, and D answers say 6 1/4, 60%, 5.8, and square root of 23. And then it's asking, it says Faye wrote a list of values in descending order, but one of the values was erased. So the one in the blank, 31/5, this is the blank, 5 1/2, and the square root of 26. I need to convert these into decimals and these into decimals and find out which one goes between this one and this one. This will be 5.5. This will be 6.2. And then this is about, hold on, I gotta find my calculator. Square root 26. About 5 9/100. All right, on the back, we'll move on and do on the next video.